What is up, ladies and gentlemen? In this week's video, we'll be painting this blank canvas with a giant tiger-flavored cat. It is more of a fantasy than a real tiger, so that will be interesting. First things first, we will be probably spraying these into the airbrush. I was going to try and use these as the base colors, but who am I kidding? I'm just an amateur with spray paint. It'll be easier to not cover the complete design with spray paint and lose all my sketch, pretty much, transfer. I've got 3 airbrushes here. We're going to see which ones work. I've had them a very long time. Also got from my hoarding video, this Iron Lac Fluid water-based acrylic paint. We're going to use some of that. I got Airbrush Flow Improver, so if we need to use other paints that I have around here, we can use this, and it will also stop the paint drying on the tip, because you've got to keep the tip wet to have effective airbrush use. And they're in a cleaning solution at the moment, so once I've transferred the design, I'll give them a proper clean and put them together using gun and rifle oil. That just ensures the rubber seals don't break and dry out over time, and keeps the thread well lubricated, just ensuring everything's easy to put together, take apart, and maintained. First order of business is to transfer the design onto the canvas. So that's what we're going to do first. And then once that's done, we'll move on to some paint. Sweet. See you in the video. Alright, first things first. Oh, we've run out of that. Slap this on here. Let's just cut that off. Shit's way different. These parts were used on Cockroach Killer. This stuff's pretty cool. You can reuse it a couple times. Prefer get the white backing one. It doesn't tear as easy. I don't think the transfer actually transfers until you press hard. Whereas this one without the backing on it is it's like charcoal. It's not even like grey lead, so it gets all over your hands and shit, and you'll be leaving marks everywhere. So get the white backing where you can. I'm gonna try and get this as flat as possible. Get your Christmas present wrapping skills out and get it done. Alright. Now to put the design on, we're going this way, so the top and sides. Alright, we're back. Fuck that off. Also take this back off. Layer this on top. Actually, fucked up again because I didn't include the hexagon in this part, which would have made it a hell of a lot easier to line up. That's close enough for my liking. Voila. That do donkey. Corner to corner pretty much. Slap that on. To make this part easier, what you could do is lower the opacity, and then when you're tracing you'll be able to see, but I didn't do that. You can just use a different color. So I'm gonna go with red. I'll see you when this is done. All right, so design's on there. Now we got to prep the wall so I can paint on there. And I'll usually put matte medium on, but I might just tone this one. Just a watered down paint over the top. I'll probably don't want to do this over the black, so we're gonna go up high. And we'll just do this. Probably don't need to do this much, but I don't really want to be painting a stupid wall again. Like so. And this should drop down. Like so. And then we'll just tape the corners down so we're not flying away. Put that over the top. Voila! Make sure that ain't going anywhere. Alright. Espresso cup. Like so. Some water. Let that do its thing. Get to these next. Kind of looks like a murder scene. Got the design on, we toned the panel. There's not much else to do apart from starting to chuck some color on. I did have some issues when I've sprayed the spray paint into the airbrush. It started to coagulate and blocked up the airbrush. Can't really use water to mix it because all the chemicals inside the spray paint does not work well. I did that and then I had to go over it all with a mixture of greens from the iron lac paints to cover up that green. So yeah, let's start spraying some color and I'll see you when that's done. That I used the spray paint first and then I chucked it into the airbrush and yeah, just clogged up, didn't want to cooperate with me, so yeah, canned that idea. Another thing is I don't have much footage as I stood in front of the camera most of the time, so I need to play around with where I'm going to sit the camera when I'm painting on the wall, because I kind of need to switch both sides, so maybe I need to get a camera mount off the roof going. But yeah, I would like to do heaps more of these. I'm really proud of this project. I do have another canvas up there. It is a rectangle shape, a fairly decent size, so I'll probably be doing that this week, next week. This only took me, if I was doing it all day, I probably could have done the color in one day and the outline in another. Started off with the green because that's the bulk of the design. I found that working dark to light is better than working light to dark. So what you want to do is get the darkest tone in your pot, in your airbrush, spray that where it needs to go, sort of map out the shapes, and then sort of flare that out, and then dump what's left in your pot, start dropping in some lighter color, and you just keep doing that. So then you have a nice even blend of colors. I'll see you when we're finished spraying on the color. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have done the final sprays. Now it is time to move on to the outlines, and then, yeah, we can get into some final shots, but marketing 101. I will not show you the final outlines done. You'll have to wait till the end of the video to see the final product. And we all know what happens when we get into outline. This is where the painting comes to life. It kind of looks like blurred, you're out of focus. Then when you start laying on the outline, it comes into focus and it comes alive. So I'll see you once we get those outlines done. So when painting the outlines, you have to find the sweet balance between watered down enough and watered down too much. If you water down too much, it's just going to pull in between the textures of the canvas, and you're going to have these little bumps showing through of the color underneath. Also found, since we're watering it down and having it on the wall, it was pulling at the bottom of the shapes, also making it jagged. So yeah, we get the outline in of the tiger's face, and then we come back and we start doing, yeah, you won't see that here. I'll do the pattern, and then I moved on to the eyes, and then the final touches are the whiskers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the painting is finished. I find this way easier than painting by brush. I think I like the effect more. I'll still probably be doing brush for most of my cell shading, because you need those sharp, crisp lines when doing cell shading, and it's easier to knock out on digital design wise. I find shading with digital to be a little bit more time consuming, because you got to feather it out and all that junk. When that, you just outline, fill, outline, fill. I'll probably be doing heaps more of these. I'll be varying between canvas and wooden panels, because I've got heaps of wooden panels up there. So when I'm doing big characters like this, I'll probably be doing airbrush. But with the more small detailed stuff, I'll probably get into the brush work. Thank you very much for all the people that have shown support. If you like what I've done here and would like to show your support, like, comment what you want to see next, share and subscribe. This helps me get my videos out to you guys, and also helps me do this as a full-time thing. I'd like to make your walls less boring. Now, let's get into those final shots. Thanks for watching. Peace.